Also watching, former FBI Director James Comey facing quite a deadline today. Today is the last day Comey has to file legal motions to dismiss the charges against him. Comey's charged with obstruction and making false statements related to his 2020 testimony before lawmakers in Congress. His lawyers are also expected to challenge the president's appointment of the very U.S. attorney who brought the case forward. So let's break this down. CBS News Justice reporter Jake Rosen is here with us on a Monday. Thank you for being with us. So, Jake, there's also reporting that the government signaled it could try to remove Comey's lead attorney. What's happening there?
Well, that's right, Reed. In addition to the deadline that you just pointed out today, the Department of Justice asked the judge overnight who's overseeing this Comey indictment to potentially allow them to move forward with claiming that there's a conflict of interest between James Comey, former FBI director, and his attorney, high-profile lawyer Pat Fitzgerald. They claimed in a court filing that Comey potentially gave classified or confidential information to Fitzgerald, who then distributed it to media outlets back in 2017 when Comey was fired by President Trump as FBI director. At the same time, in between the last conversation we had on air and this conversation now, Reed, Fitzgerald replied saying that what the Department of Justice is trying to do is defame him and his character, and that those allegations of moving classified information around and leaking to the media are provably false. We'll see, but it's certainly one flashpoint in a series of ongoing flashpoints in this case, in which Comey will move at some point today, likely to dismiss his case on a number of grounds. If those fail, Reed, next month there'll be another deadline for another tranche of those motions to be filed, all ahead of a January trial date.
Okay, so we're keeping a pin in that. You also have reporting on new firings from the office that charged New York Attorney General Letitia James of fraud. What's going on there?
Yep, Reed, it's the same office, Eastern District of Virginia. We know now that there have been 3 high-profile departures, 2 additional ones in the last week. Our justice team here at CBS News has confirmed this all stems from President Trump's appointment of Lindsay Halligan, a former White House aide and criminal defense attorney of his in that classified documents probe, who is now leading this federal prosecutor's office, one of the most important in the country. They handle classified documents cases all the time, just given their proximity to Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C., with what goes on in this part of the country. At the same time, we saw Halligan single-handedly take this indictment of James Comey to a grand jury. She did the same for Letitia James, who's accused of mortgage fraud and bank fraud down in Norfolk, Virginia, which is the same prosecutor's office. James will be arraigned on Friday in Norfolk, and at the same time, very likely that her attorney, Abby Lowell, high-profile Democratic attorney, who just argued earlier today to potentially remove another head prosecutor in New Jersey, very likely he could bring a similar slate of motions to Comey's to challenge her appointment, but at the same time, the turmoil among career prosecutors in that Eastern District of Virginia office is continuing.
Jake Rosen watching all the back and forth. Thank you so much. Hope to see you back here very soon.